What's going on, YouTube? Q back here again with another video for you. Today's video, I'm about to tell you why you should get a GR Corolla over the Civic Type R or Integra Type S. Recently I was caught giving my opinion about the Corolla GR and the Integra Type S on somebody else's channel. Shout out to 4i Driver, I mentioned him before, go check out his channel, but he had a black Integra Type S, and I commented like, these cars aren't great values, which I believe they're not, it's my opinion. But then somebody in his comment section was like, what are your credentials to say that? What are my credentials? I own both of them. Shout out to 100 Gang Nate and the rest of the men of culture. Got Race Car Friends and Blueprint One That Lee. But both of them, I'm gonna get y'all hip to some more slang. Both of them, BOFFUM. I got both of them, so both of those cars. So that's my credentials. Like I drive these cars every day, so I might know a thing or two about which one, the pros and cons of each one of those. So I'm about to go over why you should buy the GR Corolla, not to put down the Integra Type S, not to put down the Civic Type R, because I don't know what people's problems are on the internet. Well, they have a problem with dualities. You just can't like one thing over another. One thing can't be better. It's like a Kobe LeBron thing. If I like LeBron, that means I hate Kobe. No, they're just different. You can love both of them, enjoy both of them. So that's what I'm here to bring you. So let's get into the video. The first reason you should get a GR Corolla is the price alone. So base for base, MSRP for MSRP, the GR Corolla starts at about $36,000. The Civic Type R is $44,000. The Integra Type S, that thing is $51,000. So, and the markup on, well, it's definitely the Civic Type R. That thing has the craziest markup out of all three of these. I've heard about some markup to these up to $70,000. That's insane. I would never pay that amount. But then the markup on these I feel are more reasonable if you do pay markup. But even MSRP, this is just the cheapest car hands down. And this is the core edition, by the way, if you didn't know. So for this genre of cars, this thing is a whole lot cheaper. A whole lot cheaper. Well, especially than the Integra. The Civic Type R, the price could be closer. Civic Type R, I'm seeing them go for like $55,000. But this, $45,000 to $50,000, maybe $55,000, depending on the edition you have. These are much more cheaper, and I feel like they're more attainable too than the Civic Type Rs. I don't know about the Integras. Mine just kind of fell into my lap, so I'm not even out here. But those are pretty scarce as well. And again, Nate said these are common. Bruh, these are far from common, the Integra Type S. None of these cars are, because I'm like the only person I see with either one of them. I don't see either one of these on the road. It's just me. But if you're looking for the greatest bargain, and I feel this is the best value of all three of those, Corolla GR, that's your ticket. The next reason you should get one of these GR Corollas is because of its all-wheel drive system. And you see all this wet I gotta deal with out here. I'm in Michigan, and then in a couple months from now it's going to be snow. So this all-wheel drive system is going to come in handy really soon, even on a day-to-day driving basis. Like I'm able to drive and stuff like this, heavy rains, without having to worry about losing grip, because this thing has all the grip in the world. Like you just really don't slip unless you're really trying to, and even when you're really trying to, it's still hard to unless you turn all the nannies off on there. This drivetrain selector right here, by default, is 60/40, which I never drive in, not on purpose anyways. And then you push this button in, you can get 50-50 torque split. That's 50% of the torque to the front, 50% to the rear. What I normally do, I flick it to the right. That's 30-70, 30 up front, 70 in the rear. That makes it rear-wheel drive bias. I prefer the rear-wheel drive bias because most of my cars on this channel have been rear-wheel drive. It's just the most fun to me dynamically, so I want to mimic that as much as I can. So that's why I drive in that mode the most, especially when I get to doing those donuts in them parking lots. Oh my God. And then on the streets, you can get this thing out on the streets too. Another thing that makes it much easier to do, and why I think you should buy one of these over the Integra and the Honda Civic Type R, is that handbrake. I made a short on that, but the handbrake is, I don't know why, well I know why manufacturers are doing away with it. It's easier just to make a flick of a button to electronically do it, as opposed to getting like the mechanical, oh my God, these gestures. I'm gonna just show y'all the handbrake, but it's cheaper to manufacture an electronic handbrake as opposed to a mechanical one like we got in here. Toyota might have some of the longest shifters and handbrakes in the industry. Why are they so big? But it still doesn't take away from the driving dynamics. I guess it matches up to the seating position. But this handbrake, I don't know what happens when you pull this thing, like the engineering behind it, but I know once I pull that thing, that tail end swings out and I start to having fun, especially with everything turned off. That is a lot of fun to be had up in this car, especially when the snow comes. Can't wait for that to happen. But I wish the Civic and the Integra had the handbrake, because front wheel drive cars are a lot more fun with handbrakes. I'll just say that, because I had a Mazda 3, like a 2015 Mazda 3 hatch sport. The handbrake just makes it fun, especially in the snow. But in this Integra, man, such a plush interior. Man, that look good. I should drive this today. But we got the real estate for a handbrake somewhere up in here. They can do something with these cup holders and this weird cutout of an armrest. What the hell is that? But the E handbrake is right there. We need that mechanical thing in these types of cars because these are built for fun. I guess not as fun as the GR Corolla. I've been doing a lot of hanging out lately, like hanging out downtown. And this car is much easier to park. The turning radius on this car is so much better than the Integra. That thing probably has a worse turning radius than the Blazer. But this thing, just like city parking, if you live in a big city, like downtown where you have to park on the street, this will be your ticket right here. Because the size, there's quite a noticeable size difference. And it's, if you got the city driving, like I said, GR Corolla. Another thing with this car, you get a ton of headroom. Feel like you can be 7 feet tall. Like that goes to like race car friends. He'll be comfortable in here with all this headroom. This shifter, very mechanical, very good. The downshift, rev match. You hit this corner hard because we can, and that's the fun part about it. Still within limits, like we're not breaking any laws either. I can have fun all the time, no matter where I'm driving it. I value that heavily. You're paying all this money for these cars, you want to be able to enjoy them most of the time. And with this car, you can enjoy it more of the time than the Civic and the Integra. I can, at least. Damn, power to merge is good. It's no slouch at all. Like, zoom it, slow it down. But even though it looks wimpy on paper, that 1.6 liter inline 3-cylinder doesn't look like much, but this is a good powertrain. It top heavy with the power. You gotta rev it out to get the power. I enjoy that on lower horsepower cars. In the GT350, that was like the car it's the car we're gonna use for this case study. The GT350, that car was fun to rev out, but the party started at like 4,000 or 5,000 RPM. You breaking laws at that speed. In this car, I'm still within reason of the speed of the law, so I can just do that more often. Even though I was stabbing it on that turn, and I had traction control turned off, but that expert mode, it kicks in the stability control, so it keeps you from going a little bit too extreme. Didn't want to turn it all the way off because I'm on public roads. Don't want to be swinging it like that. Not yet, at least. All right, I turned everything off now. Still hard to lose it on here. Let's do a little detour before I start my day off, my productive day. The donut of the day keeps the doctor away, whatever they said. This car does not want to do it. Dang. Today we need the handbrake. That was about to be a super wide donut. That was like a dub. 20-inch wheel. So we gonna have to alright, let me get out of here. Oops, had the handbrake up a little bit. Alright, one more time. Let's see if it starts from a standstill. Oh, about to hit a light pole. But that's where I'm ending the video at. Hope you all enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell, browse the channel, and I'll catch you all in the next video.